Someone asked, that they have small catfish in their areas and they're using 3 and 4 aught circle hooks, and they mentioned that they're just not able to get the hook set, and they're just missing a lot of fish, feeling that the fish are grabbing it and just dropping it or whatever. And I asked the gentleman several questions. I haven't heard back, but I think it's a good one. Circle hooks, you've seen my video about the how a circle hook works. If you haven't seen that, check that out. I'll try to remember to put a link of it. It works on a cam action. It circles, it hits and turns, things like that. I have caught small catfish on a 4 aught circle hook, and my 4 aught circle hooks that I sell are big. In other words, they're 4 aught size, but the wire is as thick as an 8 aught hook. And yet I've had what I call panfish size channel catfish get it in hook no problems. The difference is I'm fishing jugs. I'm not fishing rod and reel. I'm using cut bait, and I'm not using cheese baits and stink baits and all that stuff. If you're using anything like cheese baits, stink baits, those man-made concoction baits, you don't need to be using circle hooks. You need to be using treble hooks. While those cheese baits attract the fish will take it, they will taste it, and they will immediately spit it back out, almost like an artificial lure. So you have to have a hook design that's going to give you a fast hook set, and nothing's going to be a better or faster hook set than a good old-fashioned treble hook, like a number 6 treble hook or something. If you're trying to use circle hooks with cheese baits, you're not gonna catch nothing. It's just not the bait for it. A circle hook is best for when the fish is gonna grab the bait, hold it in its mouth, and go swim off. It's a slow presentation, slow hook set. Another thing, if you're using rod and reel and you're tight lining and that weight can't slide, the fish can't literally pick up that weight and kind of swim off with it and turn with it and load up that rod without that fish really feeling the tension on the line per se, then you're still not going to they're going to spit it. The moment they feel a lot of tension on that line, they're going to spit it. That's why so many catfishermen fishing rod and reel with circle hooks want that flexible tip. So that tip will give a lot and slowly add tension on the line. And they have a Carolina rig with a slinker weight, sliding sinker weight on it, so that fish won't feel the weight. They'll take it, swim off with it, and it'll set that hook in the corner of the mouth like you always want. If they feel any tension on that line, they're going to spit the hook and go somewhere else. But again, I have had panfish sized channel cats take a 4 aught circle hook with no problem. If you're using circle hooks, how are you setting the hook? Are you literally trying to set the hook like you would a J hook? If that is the case, you're going to miss them every time. The whole point is to grab the hook and they have to swim off. If you're using a bait, a rig, or if your hook set style is such as a quick, fast jerk like that, you need to go back to J hooks or treble hooks, because that's what that's designed for. I think circle hooks, people buy circle hooks just because it's the latest trend. Oh, I got to use a circle hook because that's what I see this guy using or that guy using. No, you use a circle hook because it's the right combination for your rig, your style of fishing, the bait you're using, and the hook set that you need for that particular presentation. That's why you use a circle hook. I use jug fishing. Well, circle hooks work really well for jug fishing. J hooks have been used for years and years and years on trout lines because that's all people had until they started taking saltwater circle hooks and started using them. If you're doing any kind of concoction based catfish bait, cheese baits, dough baits, anything like that, you need treble hooks. Are you burying the tip of the hook? Right? A lot of people have this idea that they have to try to hide the hook in the bait. That's another reason why you won't catch anything, because the hook needs to be exposed. Even the hook on a circle hook needs to be exposed. Otherwise, it won't be able to pivot and turn and dig in. Anytime there's something between the tip of that hook and the flesh of the mouth of that fish, you're not going to catch anything, right? The tip needs to be exposed all the time. Always expose the tip of the hook. Doesn't matter what kind of bait you're using. And that's one of the things about cheese baits, is that tip of the hook can often get bunched up with fibers. The cheese can get in the way, and that's why it requires such a heavy hook set, so you can sort of push through all that. I generally try to leave at least some tip of the hook exposed, even with cheese baits and things like that. That's one of the reasons why I don't really fish with cheese baits all that much anymore, because I want the hook set exposed no matter what hook I'm using, and I can get a much better exposed hook when fishing with cut baits of various sorts, or even live bait. If you're having trouble with circle hooks, the reality is it may not be the best hook for you, and take that into consideration. And I'll see you next time.